Hi, everyone, and welcome to another really exciting episode of Voice of Crypto's podcast, where we get some of the most distinguished guests from the Web3 blockchain and crypto space. And today we have with us Mr. Mo Mukarram, who will tell you what he does. And the topic for today is crypto trading strategies for May 2023. We will be talking about that in detail. But before we move to that, hi, Mo, thank you so much for joining us today. And it's a pleasure to have you on Voice of Crypto. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Vernie, and hello, everyone. Great to be a part of this event. And always it's an exciting feeling to be a part of Web3, to be a part of crypto. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. So thank you, Vernie, for this exciting opportunity to speak at Voice of Crypto. So yeah,
Thank you
glad
so
to
much
be
for
here.
agreeing to come on this episode. And before we take a deep dive into some of the most trending topics in the Web3 space, could you briefly introduce yourself to our audience, what you're currently up to, any exciting projects that you're a part of?
Sure, thank you. So right now, I'm working as a CEO for a crypto currency firm called it's more like a DAO, a DAO in completion. It's called Tiki Taka Finance. So we've got our Taka coin. Which is gonna, which is scheduled to go out probably in the next couple of months. So we
Mm-hmm.
are currently working on getting a proper exposure, and as you probably would know, that the current situation in the Web3 space, most of the people are excited. Some are, still the FUD is reigning over most of the people's mind. So we are trying to, we are what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that people are, all the users, the Web2 users mainly, because that's where we are looking to transition those individuals into Web3. So we are trying to be as complacent as possible, trying to be as educative as possible, to explain, to teach individuals what is Web3, what is Web2, where are they at the moment. Most importantly, what's cryptocurrency, and what is Tiki Taka Finance, and how it's gonna disrupt the uh, the crypto market, the cryptocurrency ecosystem at the moment.
Yeah, so more on Tiki Taka. That is a really interesting concept, and I would love to know a little bit more about that. But before that, we did speak about how individuals transitioning from the Web 2 to the Web 3 space, and I'm pretty sure that you yourself made that transition. So, could you talk about your
Yeah.
journey into Web 3 and how you forayed or stumbled upon this space?
That's, it's been a roller coaster ride for me. I started off back in 2006, when I was working as a senior data engineer, working
Yeah.
for a very, very important firm back in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I was working with, the then leading I mean, brokers, I would say. And my job was, to gather the raw data from various ad exchanges, and then simultaneously, cleanse the data using R, or and using Python, and then
Mm,
simultaneously, apply taxonomy, and then create a meaningful visualization of the data, and then sell it to the highest bidder. So
right.
I have, so my journey with data, and then my journey with the real data sets, working with millions of data sets, really proved to be correct when it comes to finding a commonality in between
Mm,
data science and marketing.
right.
So then I sort of, moved on to an actual data modeling company in New York City, where I spent more than, like, 4 years working
Mm,
with actual data sets, with, working with meaningful data modeling platforms. And that's then when I moved to Dubai.
mm,
that's when everything just started to come into picture.
yeah,
And I started working with the retail sectors, the banking sectors, and most importantly the blockchain sector, because
mm,
that was, I'm talking about 2000 and around 2014ish,
yeah,
when the concept of blockchain was coming to life.
mm,
And most of the users, it was still a myth, and at that time it was pretty difficult to explain, to make
mm,
people understand that there's something called as blockchain. There's you are in web 2, and then web 3 is something going to be really a thought provoking concept that's
mm,
going to change your life for good.
mm,
So I've been in. I would say roughly from 2012 till date. I would say that
mm.
has been my journey in a
Yeah.
potential Web3 environment.
So almost a decade down, and
Yeah,
we can say that you've pretty much seen most of it, the lows, the
yeah.
highs. And you did mention how initially when you forayed into the space, it was mostly a myth. No one really knew about blockchain technology or the potentials that it holds. From then to now, how have things changed, and how have you, as an entrepreneur, seen them change?
Yeah, that's a great question, Bernie, because most of the times what I've seen is people are relying on Facebook. Look, Facebook, Instagram, you got all
Mm,
these social media platforms. um, what I've seen over the years is that getting the right audience, reaching the right audiences, reaching the relevant audiences, I would say that has been that has been a point, that has been the bleeding point of each and every entrepreneur, right? Because
absolutely.
most of the brands are bleeding in terms of numbers. So
Mm,
how would you sort of break the barrier of reaching the right audiences and making it a non I would say a non-bot driven environment, or a
yeah.
non-bot driven ecosystem, is
Mm,
by understanding the data, the behavioral pattern of
yeah.
the data, right?
Mm,
We're talking here, and then there's a huge possibility that there's a lot of individuals who are sitting out there who wants to sort of read the right Web3 platform because they've got the
mm,
money. They want to double it. They want to
yeah.
invest. So how are we going to reach them? So this was always a myth. It was a big myth back
Mm,
in 2012 and 13,
yeah.
and that's when the data management platforms, such as
Mm,
Blue Kai by Oracle, Media
mm,
Math, and there's a variety of
right.
DMPs which sort of stood out to be the
Mm,
best of the best, wherein
mm,
you could connect all your DSPs, which is the demand side platform.
mm,
When I say demand side platform, all the advertising, uh,
mm,
uh, you know, um, uh, platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, you could connect that. You could
yeah.
create an audience pool of your own, and then simultaneously, push them into these various demand side platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even LinkedIn for that matter. And then, so let's say if you're my target audience, let's say hypothetically you're my target audiences, and I found out that you've been spending a lot of time on coin market cap, you're spending a lot of time on different or various cryptocurrency ecosystems or cryptocurrency platforms, then you are the right person for me. And
Mm,
then what I would do is that I would try to identify where exactly you are. I wouldn't know you as a person, because that's
right.
that's the biggest blocker. And I'm sure everyone knows about PII information.
Mm,
So the way we target, because it's a third party data that we
yeah.
get, so we sort of cleanse it down to second party or third party, and then we
Mm,
start targeting you. Then we start to show you the ad, and then the moment you come to the site, you are the first party data for us. And then we go back
yeah.
to DMPs and say, look, I need the exact same criteria that Varuni has, example, because she's now coming onto my site. onto my website. And now she's become a
Yeah.
first party data. I need exact lookalike audiences, just like Vernie. And this has been the
Yeah.
basic crux behind the
Hmm.
targeting the audiences with the right data management platform. So this
Yeah.
has been the journey since
Hmm.
2012 till date, more than a decade, and it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, Bernie. I could say that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, in terms of certain major shifts, and
Hmm.
you can talk about the shifts in terms of how people view the technology or any other thing that comes right off the top of your head. So, if you talk about some of the major shifts that have happened in the Web3 space, what would they be?
Yeah.
They can be tech related or how people view the tech.
Well, I mean, again, that's a great question. So, still, right now, the trying to find your place inside a
Mm.
Web3 marketing ecosystem, or trying to find the right Web3 marketing agency is really tough, because
Absolutely.
Web3 is all about the content that you own, the data that you own, and you want to show it to the right individuals,
Hmm.
right? I could just say, I could just share one of the instances which happened, I don't know, 5 6 years ago, where we
Hmm.
actually created some sort of a prototype,
Hmm.
which was a pre Web3 engine, I would say. So
Hmm.
we, I hope everyone knows about the blockers, that you will probably the ad blockers on the
Yes.
browsers that you are seeing. So back in the day, what we did was we created an application,
Hmm.
but I don't know, for some reason it never came out. It never
Hmm.
went it never went live. So
Hmm.
the concept was very simple, and I'm sure now I could see the same thing is being transitioned and is being called as an actual Web3 marketing strategy. So what happened was we sort of created an application, and we encouraged
Hmm.
users to come and view the ads, and the more ads they would view, or the more banners they view, the more
Hmm.
video ads they view, they get points,
Right.
and those points are then accumulated, and then for a user's for an individual's wallet, and then simultaneously that person could redeem those points,
Okay.
in the face of buying, some sort of a coupon, or some sort of a buy one get one free
Yeah.
offer,
Yeah.
right? Because what we were trying to do at that time, we were trying to cater, not only the businesses that were struggling, but also we were trying to encourage users to stop, to view the ads, to view the
Right.
genuine ads, not the shady ads, the genuine ones, and then make the most out of it. That
Hmm.
is that is one of the a case study that I could share, that's on top of my head at the moment.
Wow. So pretty much what Brave is doing at this point. So I think incentivization.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that
pretty
is
good.
correct. Brave, yes.
So
I mean, it happened 6 years ago, but I don't
yeah,
know, for some reason the project never went live, because, sorry to interrupt you, because predominantly it's all about the acceptance, the level of acceptance.
absolutely. Yeah.
Today, people are accepting it. Back in the day, they weren't.
Yeah, there would be a lot of skepticism about the tech or about the product back then. And now, after
Absolutely
Brave came, I'm sure there are other platforms who have implemented a similar approach. And in Web3, I think nothing
correct.
works better than incentivization, especially since we are we're still in a growth stage and it's
Mhm.
relatively the beginning of this Web3 revolution. So if I have
Right.
to talk about three things that you're really looking forward to this year, what would they be? And I'm talking about certain tech advancements that you're sort of
Hmm.
anticipating in the Web3 space. So two or three, whatever the number is from your end.
Look, yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for that, Varney. Three things I think we should all be focusing on at the moment. The first is data, second
Yeah,
is governance, and third is exposure.
yeah,
Because look, data is something which after the I mean the what do you call that? Uh, after introduction of GDPR, things
Right.
just went,
Yeah.
things just changed all of a sudden for good, right? And
Yeah.
even after, I mean, reducing or removing the cookies, the concept of
Hmm.
cookies, now what's happening is server to server integration. I'm talking
Yeah.
from a tech standpoint, right? So now each and every platform is the owner of the data,
Got
and
it.
then how they're manipulating that data and how
Hmm.
they are making sure that it's been visualized in a proper way, and that it's been used in a proper
Hmm.
segmentation. That is something which needs to be self awakened approach.
Yeah.
Users should talk, should know more about the data. The users should know what exactly their information is being used.
Yeah.
That is something which I feel is the first layer of
Hmm.
peeling off, the unraveling, I would say, not peeling,
Yeah.
unraveling the bridge, or
Right.
unraveling the confusion, the fear, the doubtfulness in
Hmm.
between Web 2 and Web 3. First,
Yeah.
try to understand what you are doing
Hmm.
on the
Hmm.
internet. Okay, in Web 2 space, how would Web 3 play a very prominent role? What is
Right.
the data? I mean, it's not just you're uploading things on TikTok and then expecting
Right.
people to view it. Try to get into the nitty gritty of stuff. Try to understand the science behind data. I think
Right.
that is something which is very important. And it's
Hmm.
not, earlier it was a luxury, now it's a necessity.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I would, if I would request everyone to
Hmm.
know what exactly is, where exactly their information is being used, what exactly is happening, and how, what's the future behind data governance and exposure.
Right.
So I think these are the three things which I would recommend for everyone to get complacent with
Right. So
in the
coming down
long
to
run.
the exposure part, do you think that
Yeah.
the Web three space as a whole would do better this year, or or do you still feel that we'll be struggling a little bit more throughout this year to attain that exposure that we've been looking forward to? And we do know that it's Web three or blockchain or cryptocurrencies aren't widely accepted, and there are tons of reasons which we'll be getting towards later. But are you looking forward to that sort of an exposure this year, or do you think we'll have to wait a little bit?
I think the exposure, I think the exposure is already in the way.
Mhm.
With the advent of ChatGPT, with the advent of Bard. Look, it's all about artificial intelligence. It's all about neural networks. It's all about natural language processing. Again, this was all mere luxury in the past. People didn't know what exactly is an NLP. Now,
Yeah,
with the advent of voice search, with the advent of voice recognition tools, with the advent of how AI is literally capitalizing on each and every one's brain and bringing reality into life. It's no longer a virtual reality.
yeah,
It's a mixed reality, right? I'm sure most
true.
of the people know the difference in between augmented reality and mixed reality and virtual reality.
Yeah,
So I think things are moving. The wheels are moving, and the wheels are in motion at the moment.
yeah,
But what we should understand is how it's going to impact a user. Like, for example, you've got ChatGPT, which has
mm,
data restricted till 2021. There's nothing, and then comes all of a sudden there's Bard that comes in a picture. It's sort of changes everything,
yeah,
and you now can get data as fresh as yesterday or 24 hours. And that is something. Now it's all about competition,
right.
and who's got the best AI, I would say. So I think this year, my money, to be honest, my money is really on artificial intelligence, and how,
Mm,
uh, stepping on the artificial intelligence, one can expect Web3 ecosystem to blossom every second of the day. So
Mm,
I think 2023 is going to be really really exciting in terms of Web3, in terms of most importantly transitioning the Web2 user into Web3.
what free, yeah. No, makes a lot of sense. And I too am pretty optimistic about this shift. And let's just keep our fingers crossed that what we anticipate does happen.
Sure.
Talking about 2023 predictions and what you think about the year, do you trade more? And if so, what are your
Yes.
trading strategies?
So I used to be an echo dealer, I would say initially, but
Yeah.
then look, I think
Mm-hmm.
what I used to do was, I used to follow all these leading influencers,
Influ- yeah,
the crypto
influencers,
influencers.
traders.
And trust me, it worked out in
Mm-hmm.
in a maximum way. But then
Yeah.
one has to be very peculiar
Hmm.
to whom they're listening to who, because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's your decision.
Absolutely.
It's your decision that's going to make it, or it's going to break
Right.
your trading strategies. Because I would say, if you are a trader, if you're new to trade, try to find some sort of because look, crypto is all about investing. Crypto is
Yeah.
all about money, right?
Yeah.
If you have the money, you have to invest, and when you invest, you got to just wait. You will
Yeah.
find sudden fluctuations at some time, and
Yeah.
then you probably, it may go up or it may go down, but
Yeah.
then it's all about the waiting game, right? So
Right.
what I would suggest is try to find some sort of leading, if I were to be a novice, then
Hmm.
I would rather go to a, some sort of a, what do you call that, um uh, you know a, a cryptocurrency ecosystem which is offering,
Hmm.
um uh, uh, some sort of a trial thing that is happening, some sort of a, like, uh, the only thing that is in my mind is a company called Coinbasket.
Oh.
Coinbasket is, I don't know if most of the people must have heard about it. I would
Hmm.
say Coinbasket has been one of the best in terms of providing users
Hmm.
who are new to crypto, who doesn't want to invest money, to
Yeah.
try out their demo version. Like, if you, for example, let's say you've got 10 coins,
Hmm.
and then all those 10 coins are actually being replicated into baskets.
Got
So a
it.
user can actually can go sign up. They don't need to sign or connect their wallets
Hmm.
with the, that particular thing, with their account, or they don't
Right.
need to have any experience with crypto. All
Reading,
they
yeah.
have to do is just sign up with their email address and then start trading. Simple thing. And then what they
Hmm.
can do, they've got layers that they can
Hmm.
start. They've got some fantasy league as well, which is
Hmm.
happening at the moment. I think that is one of the biggest, you know, I would say that's the biggest, clearing the air kind of thing. When
Right.
you're if you're having that FUD in your mind, and
Hmm.
you just want to find something wherein you can get your hands dirty
Yeah.
in the crypto ecosystem. So I think Coinbasket, I would say, is the
Hmm.
best at the moment,
Hmm.
with reference to a demo trading app,
Right. Got it.
which will never ask you to connect your
Okay.
wallet unless and until, when you're uh, uh, when you have 100%
Yeah.
accuracy, when you're 100% sure about
Yeah.
going ahead and, investing in the crypto ecosystem.
Yeah. Only then should you invest. And the bottom line still remains that patience is the key in this space, especially for beginners. Um, So, as an entrepreneur, Mo, how do you
Yeah,
differentiate
sure.
between a good Web3 project and something that's just noise? And I think in the last 1 year, what we understood from whatever
Mm.
macro events took place across the Web3 space, and we saw so many of the top firms in the top 100, in the top tens even, fall down by the dust. And after all of that, people became a little skeptical about projects in general, or trusting Web3
Hmm,
entrepreneurs and new projects. So,
hmm,
as an entrepreneur, how
hmm.
do you differentiate between a good project which actually offers some sort of solutions versus a project that would be just noise?
Again, that's a great as again a great question, I would say. Look, as an entrepreneur, let's say as a user, okay,
Hmm.
because as an entrepreneur I can only talk about my product, I can only talk about what is happening in my company. But then as a user, let's
Hmm.
say there's an XYZ project that just came out. In order for me to differentiate in between the how legit is that project versus whether it's just just smoke, or whether it's
Yeah.
just noise,
Yeah.
is the first thing that I would suggest is to go through the white papers.
Hmm.
Try to understand what exactly is that Web3 project all about.
Hmm.
Try to get in the depth of things. Try to just don't go and check reviews
Hmm.
blindly, because there's a lot of bot traffic which has been happening at the moment. There's a lot of bot individuals
Yeah.
that are currently being used. Bots are being used to lure, to entice users online, right? The best way, again, like I said, the white paper, read it
Hmm.
out, try to understand, share it with your friends. Maybe
Yeah.
they who has the knowledge of crypto, share it
Hmm.
with individuals who've got a knowledge with crypto, and
Yeah.
then try to understand, try to figure it out. And then
Hmm.
that's the best way, what I would think. The second is definitely social media, right?
Yeah.
Because I know on social media there's a lot of noise all the time, but then
Yeah.
the genuine people, they are the
Hmm.
ones who are only talking about the product,
Yeah.
and a very less of memes, I would say, because most of
Yeah.
the people, they are just using memes at the moment, and
Yeah.
they try to divert the individual, and then try to entice them by talking about, by downing any other coin or any other product. Oh, this, look what happened with SVB fiasco. We are not associated with SVB. Okay, cool, but talk about your product. What
Yeah.
exactly is your product all about? We
Yeah.
all know what, the fiasco that has happened with FTX and SVB.
Yeah.
We don't want to be a part of it, but then
Hmm.
we would have to move forward. The show must go
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
tell me what's in it for me to come and work with you. I mean,
And how are
Telegram.
you the
There was
next
a
SVP?
Absolutely. I mean, look, even on Telegram these days, you have a generic group chat, and then
Absolutely.
the moment you start talking, you start getting DMs,
Hmm.
which are initialized by some XYZ individuals, and then
Yeah.
they'll try to scam you. Simple as
Absolutely.
that. There's a lot of noise, but then in order for you to find the right person, is to check the genuinity of that product, of that
Yeah.
person's product, and then try to go through the entire social media platforms. I think that's something which people can do,
Hmm.
right?
No, no,
And
makes a
then
lot of
try to
sense.
understand, yeah, try to understand what's the liquidation. I mean, look, I'm just talking from a normal user of Web2, because they don't understand the concept of liquidity. They don't understand. All they want to see is what's the qualitative results that this project is going to get me if I'm going to invest in this
Hmm.
project. So
Absolutely.
we need to. Most of the companies, most of the projects, I'm sure you must have seen, they always go under the belt. We don't
Yeah.
want that, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why Tiki Taka Finance, like for example, Tiki Taka Finance, we've got the best individuals from South India, sorry, from southern part of India, from northern part of India, and then we've got people from Dubai, from Albania,
Hmm.
from Israel.
Yeah.
So uh, there's a lot that goes behind a particular brand, a
Yeah.
particular project on Web3. So I think the best way is to ask questions directly.
Absolutely.
Don't
Yeah.
keep them within you.
Yeah.
So for a project, look, I feel that each and every project should conduct more AMAs, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all these participants, in order for you to understand, go and speak to the CEO right away. Ask them
Yeah.
the questions right away.
Yeah.
You know, uh, that's the best way to I would say that's the best way to break the ice
Yeah,
today in
absolutely.
these days.
Couldn't agree more. Plus Web3 communities are such closely knit communities, and I think it's
Yeah,
a rather conducive environment for beginners to ask the right kind of questions and get the answers from the right people. Because I think somewhere or the other in the Web3 space, in the Web2
correct.
space, that's what is missing. Getting the right answers from the right people, and in the Web3 space, since we're still growing, there's a lot more access to people at the leadership level than there would be in any Web2
Yeah,
firm. So, talking about
that's
Tiki
true.
Taka, coming down to
Yeah.
the final question, what is it that you guys are doing differently, and how do you sort of plan on disrupting the market? Because I am pretty sure that as an entrepreneur in the Web3 space, that's something that you really look forward to, your technology or your product sort of disrupting the space. So, what are your plans for the future, long term, short term, and what is it that you guys are doing differently?
Well, again, that's a great question. Thank you so much, Varney. At Tiki Taka, we are, sort of trying to remove the bridge in between a normal user and the individuals, the crypto user and the technical aspect of things. So
Yeah.
let me just explain you in a layman's term. It's all about providing autonomy to the
Hmm.
user.
Right.
This is what Tiki Taka is all about, and how we are doing it is by launching our coin, launching our token,
Hmm.
which is going to be probably going to be in the next couple of months, and then we're going to be creating our own DAO, and
Right.
on top of that, what we are planning to do is to create. I would say, the gaming fraternity is there, and then the NFT
Yeah.
marketplace is there.
Hmm.
There, these are the two budding projects at the moment. I mean, they've been there since
Yeah.
ages, but then we are trying to
Hmm.
refine the approach of this.
Right.
And I'm sure we can definitely. I mean, if someone wants to know more about what Tiki Taka is all about, they're welcome to message me or email me, and I'll be more than happy to explain them in detail from a technical standpoint and also from a product standpoint as well.
I do hope that a lot of people come to you and ask more about Tiki Taka and get to know what you guys are working on. And before we close today's interview, is there anything else that you would like to add or anything that you want to talk about?
I think thank you so much for this opportunity. I think that's we are on the run. Like, we are gonna hit the jackpot very soon. When I say we, it's all the crypto fraternity, it's all the users who are planning to invest, who are planning to live the decentralized lifestyle, I would say. And I think it's good that we focus on three things: the data, the governance, as the exposure. Please ask questions. Please
Mm,
go and attend the AMAs. Please attend the events and talk to the right person.
yeah.
If you're planning to invest your money, if you're
Mm,
planning to double your money, or if you're planning to stake your money, then I would say you need to go in front. You need to be that front individual who's asking
yeah.
questions. Please ask questions. Nobody's going to help you if you're going to lose your money. So it's better if you go out there, you ask questions, you get your answers, you make the sensible decision,
Yeah.
and you have the best of the experiences of the crypto ecosystem and Web3. Most of all, Web3 ecosystem. So that's what I would like
Absolutely.
to like to add towards the end.
Couldn't agree more. And that is what we say in this space, DYOR, do your own research and better be safe than sorry later.
Absolutely.
So, on that note, thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Mo, for attending today's session and enlightening our audiences.
Thank you.
And to everyone who's watching
Thank you.
this, do go ahead and follow Mo on LinkedIn and Twitter and ask him as many questions as you can. And do give Tiki Taka a follow or alike. And once again, thank you so much, Mo. It was a really exciting conversation, and I hope to see you more often. And we'll probably be attending one of your
Pleasure.
AMAs really soon.
Yes, yes, definitely. You all are invited. Thank you so much, Varney. I think with the with the advent of Voice of Crypto, you are reaching to the to the actual people, I would say, to the right people who
Yeah,
want to start in Web3 and who's already a part of Web3. So
absolutely.
I think this is a great initiative. This is a great opportunity, and I would always vouch for Voice of Crypto and for Varney as well. Thank you so
Thank you
much. Thank
so
you for
much,
your time.
Mo. This means a lot. Thank you. And thanks everyone for
Absolutely. Take care.
watching.
Ciao.
This is it for today's episode. Big shout out to Mo and Tikitaka. And this is all in today's episode. Thanks everyone for joining once again. We would end the broadcast right about now. Bye bye. Ciao. See you later.
Bye. Ciao. Take care, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Varney.
Thanks. Thanks, Mo. Bye. Good day.